Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Talk Inside the Ring. As you can see, I'm of course rocking the gift from Uncle Mick, but I've also got behind me the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, which I'll just have you know, Mick Foley did win against the Icon Sting at Lethal Lockdown 2008, while Sting was a part of the Main Event Mafia. Guys, there's a lot that's been happening in wrestling news here recently, and two things that I want to specifically talk about. Number one, WWE has stated that this year WrestleMania will be hosted in that of Saudi Arabia. Now, there was a part of me that thought, that might be cool, but after just seeing a lot of the Saudi Arabia shows kind of just really feel like an afterthought. They never felt like they were part of the main thing. It always kind of felt like you got the main storylines which are going on over here, but then Saudi Arabia, it's like, it feels like just a big house show is what the Saudi Arabia shows feel like. And, I remember hearing from Stevie Richards, because I listened to his podcast. By the way, I would love it if you commented, Stevie. That'd be great. That'd be a dream come true, probably. But anyways, he mentioned that he would actually not be surprised if eventually WWE did get sold and Saudi Arabia were the ones to buy it. And that actually might be a reality, especially when they're hosting WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. And there was a video that I watched this morning, and when Triple H was announcing it, you can just tell a lot of people were not happy. The person who was commenting said it looked like everybody was there for a funeral. Like, it looked very awkward because, how the rules are with the women in Saudi Arabia. I know a lot of people do not like going to Saudi Arabia. A lot of people don't. And I just don't think, maybe like one or two shows have been good, but a majority of the other ones, every time they've went to Saudi Arabia, almost something bad has happened. And the only thing I can really think of is Undertaker versus Goldberg, and everything, just like those matches just feel like they're just thrown together and there's nothing really thought about it afterwards. So, yeah, what do you all think about WrestleMania being hosted in Saudi Arabia? Do you think that there might be so much backlash that maybe it might cause Triple H to rethink things and be like, you know what, let's not put our big show, or maybe they do WrestleMania Saudi Arabia just once and then Triple H will be like, we're never going back to Saudi Arabia again for WrestleMania. But, put in the comments below what you all think. Now, in other news, Rhonda Rousey, there's been an interview that's been going on where Rhonda Rousey has been talking about her time in the WWE. And the main thing that kind of got my attention was she said, the only reason that they put me with Alexa Bliss was because her merch sales were through the roof. Now, I like Alexa Bliss. She was actually one of my favorite wrestlers to watch back in the late 20-teens. I don't know what you call them, but around 2015 to when she eventually left to become a mom or whatever. When she was the champion and when she won Women's Money in the Bank, she was great. She was a dastardly heel. But when a new wrestler comes up, and yes, green wrestlers work with green wrestlers, but when it comes time for a person who's green to really, test themselves, they will usually take, or at least from what I would gather, they would take somebody who was green, who they felt like might have been ready, and they will put them with somebody who knows what they're doing. And in my opinion, around that time, either Alexa Bliss, I don't know if Charlotte Flair was injured around that time, or what, but Alexa Bliss was one of the best female wrestlers at that time, probably maybe the best female wrestler on the roster at the time, or the most beloved. But they gave her the championship, I think, twice, and she won Women's Money in the Bank. Alexa Bliss knew what she was doing. Now, yes, a lot of people, would probably say, well, it's not very realistic for somebody as small as Alexa Bliss is to win against somebody like Ronda Rousey. But you find out that one, Alexa Bliss is double jointed, and also I think she was a gymnast, or she's just very flexible and she can work her way around. You can make it to where it's believable. She was also a heel that would do whatever she needed to do to win, and she didn't care how you felt about her. Alexa Bliss was the Harley Quinn of the WWE, and it was great. I really feel like that was the best decision because Ronda was probably still very green, and even though, yes, she was an MMA fighter, wrestling is a little different from MMA because you're not trying to hurt your opponent, you're trying to protect your opponent by doing things that might actually hurt them. And if that's a horrible way for me to describe wrestling, forgive me. But, I just really think that that's a bashing on Alexa Bliss as a worker, because she's a great worker. You take somebody who is green, but who, they want to see if she knows what she's doing, and you put her with somebody who knows what she's doing. They lead the match. They know how to work things. They've done it for so long that they can be like, hey, you're the most trusted person that we know. Please make this person look good. And Alexa Bliss could do that. She was great. Her stuff with Bray Wyatt was great. Alexa Bliss knows what she's doing, knew what she was doing, and because that they had her working with somebody who knew what she was doing, the matches turned out great. Now, Rhonda Rousey was also saying, well, they didn't give me much time to prepare. Do you know what they do in the Ring of Honor school? From what I remember saying, you get to meet up with the person before, you go out on Ring of Honor TV. You get to go and meet the person that you're wrestling with, and you only get maybe 5 to 10 minutes to figure out what you're going to do, and then you don't see each other again for the rest of the night, and then you make it or break it. That's what it is. That's what it is in wrestling. Now, yes, they do take a lot more time nowadays to figure things out, but sometimes wrestlers have such good chemistry that they don't need to meet up together. They can just, after working together for so long, like Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, for example, they worked each other so much that whenever they got paired together again, they're like, oh, let's just run like what we did in WCW, Halloween Havoc. Let's run that back. Let's run back what we did wherever we wrestled. They had such good chemistry, they didn't need to write out a plan. They're just like, we'll just call it in the ring. That's when you become a good wrestler, when you can just, you might have an outline of hey, we want to do this, and we'll fill in stuff in the blank in the ring. But that's what makes a good wrestler, is when you don't have to know every single step of the way. And Ronda Rousey being in the WWE was an interesting time. She could have had a better career if maybe she didn't let her ego get the best of her. And if I get heat for this, I don't care. I'm just a simple wrestling YouTuber. I don't care. But to say that the only reason that she worked with Alexa Bliss was because of her merch sales being good, I think is the furthest thing from the truth. Her sales were probably up through the roof, but I think it had more to do with the fact that Alexa Bliss is good, they could trust her, and they know that she would make Ronda Rousey look good. Guys, put in the comments below, what do you think about the whole thing of what Ronda Rousey has said in the WWE? I really want to know. Guys, do not forget to elbow drop that like button and spear the subscribe button for the 1, 2, 3. And I'll see you next time as we talk inside the ring. Bye, guys. And I'll see you then.